The RBI governor's clarification ahead of the exchange of the 2,000 rupee notes that begins on Tuesday. Don't rush to exchange 2,000 rupee notes, says the RBI governor. He also says that they will remain legal tender even after the 30th of September. Ultimately, it would be the income tax which will be scrutinizing the bank deposits, not the RBI. But from jewellery to petrol, rush to clear 2,000 rupee notes. The Prime Minister on his crucial three-nation tour. He is in Sydney for the next leg of the tour, but he is hailed as the voice of the global south in Papua New Guinea. Top honours for the Prime Minister both in from Fiji and Papua New Guinea. Crucial bilaterals now lined up in Australia. The first international meet in Kashmir after the abrogation of Article 370 begins. The G20 working group meeting on tourism in Srinagar, the valley all decked up. Unprecedented security arrangements in Jammu and Kashmir. But the star attraction is Ram Charan and Natu Natu. The centre's ordinance becomes a rallying point for opposition unity. But will opposition parties come together? Nitish Kumar plays peace broker between Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party. But the Congress on the fence says no decision yet over backing the Aam Aadmi Party over the ordinance issue. Heatwave alert in 7 states. Delhi crosses 46 degrees and there are some thunderstorms expected beginning Tuesday. So a weather of extremes across India. A mega Meta fine by the European Union. The European Union fines Meta a record $1.3 billion for data violations. Meta to appeal to ask courts to stay decision. Our top focus tonight is the big exchange of the 2,000 rupee notes that will begin on Tuesday. The RBI governor gave various clarifications today on the various FAQs that you might have ahead of that exchange. He says that there is no need to panic. The 2,000 rupee notes will remain legal tender even after the 30th of September. He also said that it will ultimately be the income tax department which will be in a sense monitoring cash deposits and not the RBI. And the key point being that you can exchange as much as you want. The cap was 20,000 rupees, that is 10 2,000 rupee notes, but you can queue up as many times as you want in a day. What are your FAQs and what are the answers by the RBI governor? Here's a report by my colleague Priyanshi.
A day before the exchange of the now withdrawn 2,000 rupee notes begins, all of us have a lot of questions. The RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das has answered these important questions today. First things first, as the Reserve Bank plans to exchange all 214 crore 2,000 rupee notes or get them deposited in banks by the 30th of September, are banks across the country ready for this exchange? Here's what the RBI Governor said.
We have more than adequate quantity of notes available, already printed. We have more than adequate quantity of printed notes already available in the system. I would like to appeal to all the viewers. There is no reason to sort of rush to the bank. Take your time. 4 महीने की समय दी गई है. आप आराम से 4 महीने के अंदर जब भी आपको सुटेबल होता है आप नोट एक्सचेंज करिए. ऐसा नहीं कि आप तुरंत आज ही जाए, कल ही जाए.
The RBI governor also answered concerns about what will happen after the September 30 deadline. What if you're unable to exchange your notes in time?
The legal tender character, we have said that it continues. Now we expect most of the notes to come back. That is our expectation at this stage. We will see how much notes come back. And as we approach 30th, we will decide at that stage. Let me assure the people who are abroad, the people who are now in the foreign countries, and let me assure people who are within India, कि जो भी कठिनाइयां आप फेस करते हैं, we will be sensitive to that.
So if we will still be able to make payments using these notes even after September, then why do we really need to exchange them before this deadline? Here's the answer.
Unless you give a particular time, unless you specify a particular time, the process will not reach a stage of finality. And you have to give a time so that the announcement is taken with the seriousness. It is taken seriously and people come and exchange their notes.
Though there's a limit to exchange 10 notes, that's only for one transaction at a time. The RBI says you can also exchange more than 10 notes in a day by visiting the same bank multiple times or by exchanging notes at different banks on the same day. But why does the RBI not want us to have any 2000 rupee notes after all? Why are they being withdrawn? The RBI governor has listed multiple reasons.
These 2000 notes were primarily issued for the purpose of quickly replenishing the value of money which was being taken out from the system when the the then prevailing 1000 rupee notes and 500 rupee notes were what is called when their legal tender status were withdrawn. That purpose has been fulfilled. Today there are enough notes in circulation of other denominations.
How will these exchanges be monitored to nab those with black money? Will the RBI scrutinize how many notes a person is depositing?
देखिए RBI तो कोई scrutinize नहीं करता है. बाकी जो एजेंसीज है इनकम टैक्स वगैरह हो वो तो अपना नॉर्मल प्रोसीजर फॉलो करेंगे, लेकिन आरबीआई के तरफ से हम ऐसे मतलब किसने कैश ये किया हम आरबीआई के तरफ से नहीं उसको नहीं करते हैं. जैसे आपको पता होगा बैंकों का एक रिपोर्टिंग सिस्टम है जिसको सीटीआर एसटीआर वगैरह कहते हैं, आपको सबको पता है, वो तो मॉनिटर करते हैं.
Our other big focus is the Prime Minister's crucial three-nation tour. He is currently in Sydney for the next leg of his foreign tour. But in Papua New Guinea and Fiji, he received exceptional honours. In fact, he was named the companion of the Order of Fiji. So, rare honour there for the Prime Minister. But in Australia, several crucial bilaterals are lined up. And, of course, at the same time, he's being hailed as the voice of the global south. What is its diplomatic importance? Megha has this report.
Prime Minister Modi in Sydney on the last leg of his three-nation tour. Euphoria among Indians at the Sydney airport. Before landing in Sydney, PM had an eventful visit embellished with the highest honour to Papua New Guinea. First, the Prime Minister of Fiji bestowed upon Mr. Modi the highest honour of his country, the Order Companion of Fiji. And this was followed by the Order of Luguhu, a rare honour by Papua New Guinea for any non-resident of the island nation for having championed the cause of unity of Pacific Island countries. One of the recipients of this award is former American President Bill Clinton.
ये सम्मान सिर्फ मेरा नहीं है, 140 करोड़ भारतीयों का है. ये सम्मान भारत और फिजी के सदियों पुराने रिश्तों का है. ये सम्मान उनके प्रेम का प्रतीक है. इसके लिए मैं आपका राष्ट्रपति जी का हृदय से बहुत-बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं.
Mr. Marape emphasized on the increasing reliance the countries in that region are placing on India.
This morning in the global south, we have development challenges. Our resources are harvested by tons and volumes, and our people have been left behind in the global south. You have emerged as the leader of the global south, and I want to thank you for assuring me in our bilateral meeting this morning that you will advocate, as you host G20 this year, you will advocate on issues that relate to the global south.
The outcome of Prime Minister Modi's visit to Papua New Guinea is also reflective of the changing world order. The Pacific Island nation making exception after exception for the Indian Prime Minister and seeking his help further their cause on international forums is a sign of the dominant role India will be playing in years to come. Meanwhile, while addressing the third summit of the Forum of India-Pacific Island Cooperation, Prime Minister underlined the importance of free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific. Amidst fears of China trying to influence the Pacific Island nations, the statement of Mr. Modi attains significance.
आपकी तरह हम मल्टीलेटरलिज्म में विश्वास रखते हैं. फ्री, ओपन और इंक्लूसिव इंडो पैसिफिक का समर्थन करते हैं। सभी देशों की संप्रभुता और अखंडता का सम्मान करते हैं। ग्लोबल साउथ की आवाज भी यूएन सुरक्षा परिषद में बुलंदी से उठनी चाहिए। इसके लिए अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संस्थाओं का सुधार हमारी साझा प्राथमिकता होनी चाहिए।
As PM flew down to Sydney, the Australian Prime Minister set a very positive tone before his arrival. He said, and I quote, "I am honoured to host Prime Minister Modi for an official visit to Australia after receiving an extremely warm welcome in India earlier this year. Australia and India share a commitment to a stable, secure and prosperous Indo-Pacific. Together we have important role to play in supporting this vision. As friends and partners, the relationship between our countries has never been closer."
He will hold bilateral meetings with the Honourable Prime Minister of Australia, Anthony Albanese, also call on Governor-General David Hartley, and a meeting with Leader of the Opposition, Peter Dutton.
Despite the cancellation of Quad Summit in Australia, Prime Minister Modi still has a packed schedule ahead. Apart from the big meetings, all eyes will be on a gala community event organized to welcome him by the Indian diaspora, for which preparations have already been underway for months. With Bureau Inputs, Megha Prasad for NDTV.
So a new diplomatic image of India emerging there. Speaking of diplomacy, a key meeting, international meeting began on Monday in Jammu and Kashmir. Tightened security as the G20 Tourism Delegates Working Group meeting began in Srinagar, and the valley was all decked up for this meeting. There you can see the stunning Dal Lake, and at the same time security was ramped up. There's unprecedented security in Jammu and Kashmir, particularly in areas of South Kashmir and also in Srinagar. But a lot of star attractions there, but the highlight was superstar Ramcharan and Natu Natu. So now G20 working group meeting in Srinagar there has begun. All the politics in the national capital. Now the centre's ordinance against the Aam Aadmi Party government getting control over bureaucrats in the national capital has in a sense become a rallying point for the opposition unity. Now Nitish Kumar has been in the national capital. He met Arvind Kejriwal yesterday, and he also met Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge today. So there you can see visuals of Nitish Kumar meeting Mallikarjun Kharge and Rahul Gandhi also present there. This is crucial because in a sense the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress have so far not been on the same page when it comes to opposition unity, but can this particular ordinance bring the two parties together is the big question now. Now the Congress is in a sense on the fence because K.C. Venugopal, General Secretary Organization of the Congress Party, has tweeted that the Congress has so far not taken any decision on the issue of backing the Aam Aadmi Party over the ordinance issue. Just to give you a bit of background, as far as the ordinance is concerned, it has to go through both the Lok Sabha as well as the Rajya Sabha. So now the big question is, will the opposition parties be able to come together in Rajya Sabha to actually vote against this particular ordinance by the centre? So now Nitish Kumar is rallying the opposition, and the ordinance has become a crucial point as far as this bid for opposition unity is concerned. The Congress saying that so far no decision has been taken, and it will consult not only its state units but also various other like-minded parties. That is significant because remember earlier on Monday the Congress had said that there will be an all-opposition party meet, and the date will be announced soon. So whether opposition unity is a pipe dream or a possibility remains to be seen. And now the latest controversy has been over the new parliament. The Congress has questioned why the Prime Minister and not the President leading the inauguration of the new parliament. Now the BJP has responded saying that the Congress has a habit of raking controversies, but the Congress, remember earlier it was Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, then also Shashi Tharoor, senior leader of the Congress, saying that the President's office has in a sense not been respected expected. Mr. Kharge also saying that the president has been elected only for electoral gains. The BJP, of course, also responding sharply. But this has become the latest political flashpoint between the BJP and the Congress.
We would still urge or tell the government, tell the Prime Minister that this constitutional propriety should be kept in mind, and the President of India should be given her rightful position as the Rashtrapati to do the honors, to inaugurate, for whatever reasons this new structure has come up. We thought through you, we will share our concerns and the position as it is in our constitution.
So while the Congress is saying that the President's office should be upheld, the BJP has now responded. Hardeep Puri, Union Minister, he is saying that the Congress has a habit of raking controversies even when none exist. While the President is the head of state, the Prime Minister is the head of government, and he leads the Parliament on behalf of the government, whose policies are affected in the form of laws. The President is not a member of either of the houses, whereas the Prime Minister is. So the BJP is saying that the Congress is raking up unnecessary controversies. Our other big focus is the northeastern state of Manipur. Now, security forces were rushed to a pocket of Manipur capital Imphal as fresh clashes broke out again Monday afternoon. Now, what have army sources said? Army sources have said that responding to inputs, both the army as well as Assam rifles were rushed in to monitor the situation and bring the situation back to normalcy. Now, two of the suspects behind the fresh violence were also nabbed, and the situation is currently peaceful on the ground. Remember, Manipur has been witness to ethnic clashes connected to multiple issues, and of course, the tribal status to the Mai Tai community was one of the primary issues. But currently, the situation remains peaceful on the ground.
Yesterday night, there was a small accident in the Imphal West district using the double-barrel guns, and 3 persons were injured, minorly injured. And the police has arrested the culprit with the single-barrel guns. And today also, one minor incident took place at New Nambuland in the heart of the town of the Imphal city. It is very unfortunate to say that one ex-MLA were involved in the conspiracy. Ex-MLA has been picked up and questioning in the police station.
Staying with news from the northeast, big news coming in from Assam. Himanta Biswa Sarma has now said that he is promising to withdraw AFSPA by the end of 2023. Now, what is AFSPA? It is the Armed Forces Special Powers Act, that controversial AFSPA there. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma saying that he will be withdrawing AFSPA completely. Now, remember, 8 districts of Assam still had AFSPA because earlier the AFSPA was in fact removed from the entire state by the centre. A notification to remove the disturbed areas under AFSPA was issued, but now 8 districts still have AFSPA there implemented. So the Himanta Biswa Sarma vowing to remove AFSPA from the entire state by the end of 2023.